Hey, 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 we're back. All right. Well, let's see if I can get this game on screen here, and we'll see. Boy. All right. We're up for a 7:15 start, and yeah, can't blame the Mets for the Mets fans actually for being not so optimistic. It was a punch to the gut losing against the Nationals. Lost the whole series. So what are you gonna do? That's why we play these games. Uh, you know, we we're gonna see if we can get this redemption here. I feel good about having McLean up on the mound, but again, it's hard to feel confident. We will see. I just want to make sure that Michael Harris doesn't beat us again. Michael Harris and these. That was embarrassing. So we'll see. Like I said, I know we shouldn't have like put all our hopes on Nolan McLean, but well, we're just that hopeless right now. So we need to do that. Like we need something, like literally anything. And my guess is that Torrens is hurt. I just don't see any other reason for why he wouldn't be in the lineup. Not two nights in a row, not in the lineup. I mean, Sanger, great defender, great arm, maybe even a better arm than Terrence, but he's just a liability on the bat. He's just an easy out. We'll see. We need a win bad, so hopefully McLean comes up big again because we are in desperate need of. We're kind of like grasping at straws right now. I mean, what do you think of this lineup here? I mean, that bottom of the lineup looks pretty pathetic. I mean, Taylor, Mullins, and Sanger. I hate to be a Debbie Downer, but I mean, I kind of have confidence on Beatty, and then Vientos has been swinging a lot better lately. But once they get down to like the 7, 8, and 9, I'm like Taylor, Mullins, and Sanger. Maybe Mullins could, start picking it up again. He had like flashes of him getting out of it, but yeah, I don't know. We'll see. I mean, Lindor's come back. Soto's like been consistent, for where he's been at, and even Pete's been all right. Marte's doing well, but again, he's. I just don't know how long we can expect Marte to continue that kind of like level of production. I mean, he's not what he was. I guess we'll see. So it looks like first pitch will be in about 5 minutes or so. So we'll see how this see how this goes. Again, although I have a high degree of confidence in McLean, it doesn't mean we should like basically diss him if he doesn't have a great game. I mean, he's never pitched at this level before. He's got one game in, which happened to be a fantastic game versus a great team, essentially the best team in baseball. If he has a bad game here, we can't fault him for it. It's just that we're that desperate for a great game. Like besides Peterson, McLean's the only guy we really have any kind of like optimism about. That's scary. That's just wrong. Not with the prospects that we had or the expectations that we had going into this season, right? This is a completely different set of expectations than we had last year, right? We expected to do nothing. And then we got way more than that. This has been the opposite. We started off really promising. I think we were up to 25 games over 500, and then the shoe dropped. The bottom fell out of everything, and then all of a sudden we couldn't buy a win. So we will see. The key to all of this will be scoring and then continuing to score. If we get an early lead, we got to step on the gas, and our pitching has to hold up. It's no more complex than that. I mean, it really does sound. I mean, it really is that simple. We have just lacked a killer instinct on both sides of the ball. I think yesterday we had, a play where Pete, the ball came to Pete, and I don't know. Nobody yelled at him that I could hear because I was at the game, and nobody yelled at him to go tag first instead of trying to throw the runner out, trying to go to second. He had no play on that guy. It was just a terrible decision. I didn't hear Sanger yelling at him, nor did I hear the pitcher who was pitching yesterday. Manaea, was it Manaea? Whoever was pitching, at whatever was that at the time, I believe it was Manaea, did not yell at him. 1-1-1. I mean, that's pretty basic stuff. At that point, the best angle on the field, the best view is Sanger, right? So I guess Sanger, as good of defensively as he is, he had a brain fart there. He had the best view of that play, and he should have been the one yelling out, the first one to yell out, 1-1-1. Oh well, coulda, woulda, shoulda. I mean, Manaea didn't really help himself too much with the walks and the plunking of the batters. I mean, as usual, it was one inning syndrome. It's that one inning where the shoe drops and then it changes the course of the game. So that'll be key for tonight. Making sure that we continue scoring, our pitching holds up, and we don't have that one inning where everything goes to crap. Well, looks like we're getting on the way here pretty soon. So we'll have Lindor leading it off, followed by Soto and Marte. Again, Marte has been actually performing pretty well, much better than expected, given his limited play. But again, I can't help but wonder how long he can keep that up. It looks like we have Wentz on the mound, so he's a left-handed pitcher. Right away, that says to me we got to be thinking opposite field. For those righties, we got to be taking that ball the other way. So hopefully Lindor is ready to go oppo and all the rest of the right-handed batters. Pete especially. I mean, Marte usually goes oppo very well in his career. All right, looks like we are in progress. Let's see how we do. And the first pitch to Lindor is a called strike on the inside corner. Next pitch is high and inside. Even count 1-1. Lindor's been swinging a good bat lately. So let's see if he can keep it up. Yesterday had a leadoff home run and we lost the game, which is not something that happens very often. And he takes a called strike. Strike two. Down 1-2. And Lindor calls timeout. Kind of as usual. Trying to reset. And Lindor goes down swinging. Strike three. Lindor's retired. And that'll bring up Soto. Soto had a rare 0 for 5. Hit the ball hard a couple times. Hit one that everybody in the stadium thought was leaving the yard, but was ended up getting caught by the center fielder. And Soto lines out sharply to center field. 2 outs. That'll bring up Marte. And he takes a ball. Ball 1. Next pitch is way inside. Ball 2. See if Marte can reach and start some sort of 2-out rally here. Fouls off the next pitch, 2-1. And Marte takes ball 3. 3-1. Next pitch is in play. Let's see what Marte does here with this. So 4-seam fastball. Marte doubles on a line drive to left field. Way to go, Marte. So Marte continues to perform well at the plate. Let's see. He's in scoring position now for Pete Alonso. And Pete takes a strike. 0-1. And Pete's down 1-2. Let's see if Pete can go and battle in this. We really need a run here. Just feel like we need to keep scoring on these guys. Can't let the Braves record fool us. I mean, the Braves always are down to play us hard and kick our butts. And Pete fouls off the next pitch. We'll do it again at 1-2. Yeah, Michael Harris basically turns into a superstar when he plays the Mets. And Pete flies out to right field, and that'll end the inning. And we strand Marte at second base after his 2-out double. And the Braves will bring the top of their order up. They'll have Profar, Olsen, and Acuna Jr. I don't think we saw Acuna Jr. in the last series. But we did see him early in the season. He killed us. All right, we'll see if McLean can start off strong on the mound. Hey, what's up, Phil? Thank you. This is my Carmen San Diego hat. I don't know if you know Carmen San Diego, but only because I saw basically my thinking was, where in the world are my Mets? My winning Mets. Where in the world are my winning Mets? And yes, let's go Mets. Let's see if this hat can bring us a little luck. I mean, I know it's not fair. Nope, but loving that. Yeah. Let's see. I mean, I know it's not fair to put so much expectations on McLean, given that this is only his second start. Look at that. Profar just got hit. So not exactly the star I wanted, but you know what? If McLean can settle down here and just get a scoreless inning, I will be happy. Yeah, it's a rough. This has been like that last series was rough. Yeah, I know. I'm hoping it's a reverse curse, to be honest. Yeah, same jersey of the Braves, but I'm hoping that maybe if the Mets lost because of me and I wear the red hat, maybe now the Braves will lose. I don't know. I'm desperate, man. What are you gonna do? Desperate times call for desperate measures. Yeah, we definitely do. Like I said, when I saw we threw Ryan Stanek in the ninth inning, I kind of knew that game was as good as lost. I mean, Ryan Stanek looked even worse than usual. He's got 1-2 on Olsen here. See if we can get a double play ball here. And Olsen fouls the ball off. We'll do it again at 1-2. Yeah, it's amazing how anybody affords stadium food now. Every year I go, it just gets more ridiculous. And Olsen strikes out swinging. Great. 1 out. Yeah, I know when they said send him in, they don't care. Yeah. Yeah. Yep. You know things are bad and you give it up when you throw Ryan Stanek in there. That guy just needs to get DFA'd, to be honest. I mean, he might actually work out for another team. I just don't think New York is the right place for him. Yeah, I like that. See, I like that about McLean. He doesn't waste pitches. I think that's what most of our other pitchers like to do, except for maybe Peterson. Um, Even Peterson sometimes get a little iffy with that because I feel like the pitch calling, you know. So it sounds like the Mets let the catchers call the game, and I think Alvarez likes to get too cute. If he's the one calling the game, then he's getting too cute with stuff. You gotta you can't get too cute and then end up walking guys. All right, looks like Acuna grounded out into a force. So Profar's out. We got the lead runner and 2 outs. So far, it's looking good, but we do have Harris up now. So once Tyler comes back, I think that's when we will cut Ryan. Yeah. Yeah, that'd be nice. I mean, I say cut him now. Why don't you cut him now and bring up Sproat? Cut him now and bring up literally anybody. Bring up a bat boy. I don't care. But we got Sproat down there. And honestly, I would have never. I'm kind of like in favor of bringing Sanger down and just bring up Parada. I think Parada's playing double A, but give him a chance. He can't be worse than Sanger. At least batting wise. I know Sanger's a beast defensively. I don't doubt that. I've seen it. I mean, Sanger might actually have a better arm than Terens, and that's saying a lot. But his offense is a liability. Maybe Parada could do something with the bat, while we wait for Alvey to see what happens with Alvey. It'd be good experience. And heck, as long as he's not like total trash behind the plate, I'll take it. I'll take that switch for the offense. Yeah, I'll go in for him at this point. Yeah. I mean, desperate times, right? We're starving for offense. And Sanger's not going to provide that offense. I mean, I hope I get proven wrong, but from what I've seen, nothing about this guy's performance has said that he's going to give us any offense. Hey, Harris struck out. Well done, McLean. So McLean plunks the the leadoff guy in Profar, but quickly gets out the inning, strikes out 2 in the process. And just like that, we go to bat in the second inning. Yeah, man, I don't know. It's just getting to be harder and harder to be optimistic right now. I mean, you have the Nationals. I know the Nationals play us tough, but I'm like, we have to step it up. We knew that going in. And it's not like the Nationals played that great either. It's just that we made big mistakes and our pitching sucked. Yeah, I meant going for Ryan. Yeah. But yeah, we should legit get a better catcher off free agency and see McLean is the guy we need. Sproat round. Yeah. Yeah. I agree. Sproat should be up again with no expectations, right? It's kind of like, hey, either happens or it doesn't. We already know what we're getting from our other pitchers right now. Anybody outside of Peterson's a liability right now. So now is the time where you're like, you know what? Let's see what these young guys can do. Maybe, just maybe, they'll surprise and on the upside, and they'll get good experience from it. Yeah, agreed. Yeah, we definitely need, we're starving for production. And the main thing is, after we score a couple runs, we gotta have that killer instinct. We don't have a killer instinct. That's what's the most frustrating. Like, we don't step on the gas. We let off the gas. And it stinks. It's that kind of gas. It's bad. All right, so we got Vientos leading it off. Vientos has been swinging a little bit better lately. Let's see if he can get us started. You know things are bad when we're kind of relying on Vientos now for our offense. But he has been swinging it. He had I think a double yesterday. And it was a nice Oppo double too. So Vientos swings for the first strike. Hey, I mean, Vientos is one of those guys that has that potential. That's why he's in this lineup. Like, he showed last year that he is capable. It's just he hasn't put it consistently together. We're just running out of time, man. Plus, he can't do it by himself. Vientos cannot single-handedly carry this team. He's not that good. We got to get guys on base. Yeah, see, this is the nice thing I seen Vientos doing, and he's doing like very much like Lindor. If he gets down 0-2, he takes that timeout. And I feel like a lot more of the Mets batters are doing that. It's just not always resulting in great outcomes. And there you go. Vientos strikes out swinging. All right. Well, again, we got a lefty pitcher up. If you're a right-handed batter and you got a left-handed pitcher on, you got to take that. You got to be shooting that ball to right field. So that's what I was hoping Vientos was going to do. That's another reason why I was hoping Torrens was here. Torrens can go Oppo pretty well. And Alvey was doing that before he got hurt. He was going Oppo with power. But Soto and Pete need to lock in. Yeah, need to kick in. Otherwise, we are done, and Philly series is next. Yeah, man. I agree. We do not want to go into Philly on a down note. Philly will crush us. That team smells fear. Gosh, I don't know. I don't know if you were on when I was talking about it, but that play that Pete made yesterday was terrible. So he had the man on first base. He gets the ball and decides that he's going to try to go to second base. There was no way he was going to get that guy. I don't know if you saw that on if you were watching on television, but there was no way he was going to get that. Yep, agreed. Hey, Beatty singles on a line drive to center field. Beatty's been swinging it. Shout out to Master Beatty. Why what? I didn't catch that. I've got Taylor up. Yeah, I know. We definitely need more. Again, Beatty's been swinging a lot better. He's been showing a lot more patience. He even walked a couple, lately, which is like unheard of for Beatty. So he seems to be like a little bit more locked in at the plate. Yeah, we do need Pete to do that. Yeah, Pete's just been expanding the zone, man, which is like classic Pete. Hey, Taylor gets a single line drive. So it's first and second. First and second, only one out. All right, we got a little bit of action here. A little from the bottom of the lineup there. We got consecutive singles by Beatty and Taylor. Let's see if Mullins. Oh gosh, we got Mullins and and Sanger. Mullins, I'm not as worried about, but Sanger, man, I just feel like we need to concede that out all the time. If there's a double play ball, I'm like, all right, you just strike out. Don't touch the ball. And Mullins quickly flies out to center field. So that was an unproductive at bat from Mullins. And now it's up to Sanger. Let's see, man. I don't mind being proven wrong. I just never seen anything positive from Sanger. He just doesn't have a swing that produces consistent contact, at least not hard contact. But he's a big, strong dude, that's for sure. Yeah, yeah. He's Mullins is back to his old ways again. Over. I know how you feel, man. I know how you feel. It's sad when we're saying it's over in the second inning, but that's just how things have shaped up, man. We'll see. Like I said, I try to be positive, but it's just we've done so many crappy things on all sides of the ball. We got Sanger at a 1-1 count here, and yeah, let's see if Sanger can break out and give us a little offense. We know we're gonna get some defense from the guy, but we're starving for offense. Now, he puts this ball in play. Let's see what happens. And Sanger singles on a line drive. Look at that. Hey, there you go. You see, you doubt the guy, and then he comes through. I am okay being wrong. Shout out to Hayden Sanger for getting us on the board. Like I said, I did not have any confidence in this man. I still don't, but he comes through and gets an RBI single. Scores Brett Beatty, and then we got Taylor on third with Lindor up. So we're now cleared. We've got the top of the lineup back up. Let's see if Lindor can drive in another run here. Yeah, man. I'm over here talking smack about Sanger, and he drives in the first run. Hey, I'll take it. I am glad to be wrong. Like he had a couple decent at bats yesterday. I think he had a sac fly. It's just I've seen him enough times that I'm like, okay, that guy is not going to produce it consistently. But happy to be wrong. We got Lindor up. Yeah, but Lindor's batting from the right side, so not his potent side here. But he did hit a home run right-handed yesterday. It was a pretty good shot too. Yeah. Yeah, exactly. Again, when I dog on these guys, I'm always happy to be wrong. I'm like, I want you guys to win, but since you're not showing much. All right, it's a 2-2 count on Lindor. He fouls off a pitch, and we'll do it again. Yeah, that was a nice home run. When he hit that home run, I got super happy because, we usually win when he homers. And then we end up losing the game. All right, Lindor takes the ball in the dirt. Full count. Let's see. Base hit, ball 4. Let's see if he can get on base. If he doesn't get a single, then maybe he can get on base and maybe Soto can drive in the next run. Let's see. Full count to Lindor. And Lindor walks. All right. And that should load the bases up for Soto. This is a big spot. Soto could crack this game wide open. And there's a mound visit. So they're gonna talk strategy on Soto here. So it's a lefty on lefty matchup, but I think Soto is still hitting better against lefties this year. I think it's the first time he's in his career that he's batted. I think that's been the entire team of the Mets. To be honest, all of our lefties are hitting better against lefties. Yeah, I agree too. It does seem that way. Soto is still as good of a season as Soto's had. His his average with runners in scoring position is still pretty atrocious. Yeah, I don't know what it is, but I'm pretty sure it's pretty low. I mean, his overall batting average is only 240 something, and it's just even way worse with runners in scoring position. Yeah, I know. Let's just keep bagging on these guys. I'm like, we have to start talking bad about the players, their mom, and all that stuff. We're gonna have to really start digging into these guys for get some production out of here. It's like maybe I gotta stop. I'm gonna be dissing somebody's mom. He mostly had one good month, and that was June. Yeah, that was a tremendous month, but yeah, yeah, we're gonna as good as that month was. I don't even know if he was able to do that again, it might not be enough to put us over. That's how sad it is. It's got to be more of a team effort. And he's got a 2-1 count right now, so if he gets another ball, he'll be in a perfect position to get a good pitch to hit. Soto's mom, I know, right? I'm getting desperate, man. Like I said, desperate times. She stepped on a crack and hurt her back. Yeah. I remember that. Come on, Soto. So cold strike and the even count, 2-2 on Soto. Let's see if he can get. Oh, takes ball 3. All right, full count with the bases jacked. Let's see, base hit or ball 4. I'll take either one. And Soto calls timeout. Trying to make this pitcher sweat a little bit. Soto does that well too. He plays mind games pretty well with the pitcher. And Soto walks for the RBI. 2-0 good guys. Well done, Soto. Now we got Marte up. Let's see if Marte can keep the party going. Let's get a Marte partay going over here. Again, Marte's been swinging a decent bat, but again, I don't know how much we can expect him to continue doing that. He's already got a hit. He had a pretty good double in the first inning. And he swings at the first strike. Strike one. Yeah, man, this is a good time to crack this game open. Like I said, crack the game open and then just keep scoring on these mofos. All right, he takes ball one. It's 1-1. Let's go, Marte. Let's do something big here. And he fouls off the next pitch. Is 1-2. Like I said, as a right-handed batter with a lefty pitcher up there, you really want to be thinking right field. And Marte calls timeout. We need a nice opposite field mentality for this pitcher if you're a right-handed batter. That's Lindor, Marte, Alonso, Vientos, and Taylor, as well as Sanger. And Marte puts the ball in play, and he flies out to end the inning. All right. Well, but the Mets put up 2 on the board, man. That's not bad. Now we got to avoid the no offense syndrome here, right? We scored fairly early in the game. Now we have to keep scoring. And also, pitching and defense. Let's not forget that. Let's see if McLean can go out there and give us another shutout inning. I've been feeling, I know, like I said, I know it's optimistic and everything, but McLean's been giving me the feeling that he's ready for this. Like he's ready for what we're putting on him. And that's special, right? Like we haven't had a pitcher like that since when we had DeGrom and Syndergaard, right? And Wheeler. Like those guys were ready. And McLean's giving me that feeling that he's ready for this. And all I'm thinking about is why not Sproat? Give Sproat the same chance. Even if he fails, like what do we have to lose? Our other pitchers can't get the job done. Said Facts, it would be cool to see McLean go 7 innings. Yeah, man. That's the one thing, besides the 4 walks that he had in the last game, the one thing that fans wanted was a couple more innings out of him, just to kind of see. But Mendy pulled them. So yeah, and maybe that was the right decision. Maybe it wasn't. He ended up winning the game. Now it's kind of like, let's see if we can get a little bit more length out of him, because we're starving for that. Like we can't get guys besides David Peterson. I can't recall the last guy that went like 7 innings. It's been a while. And when we have a bullpen that's been as shaky as ours, minus Greg Soto, he's the only one that's been fairly consistent. And I guess Diaz as well. Everybody else has just been a crapshoot. Yeah, facts. We haven't been this excited over pitching in a long time. Get Sproat and Tong up. Yeah, I agree. Give him a shot. And if we end up losing this series, then it has to happen. Like if we end up losing the series to the Braves, we got to bring up at least Sproat, maybe Sproat and Tong. Bring them up. Like if you can't beat the crappy Nationals and you can't beat the crappy Braves in a series, you already lost to the Nationals. If you lose to the Braves, that's it. We blow this thing up, and we're like, you know what? Forget you guys. We're gonna see what the youth can do. Like I said, it worked with the McLean. Maybe I'm being too optimistic, but I got a feeling that if McLean was able to rise to the occasion, we might be able to get at least one more of these two young guys, Sproat and Tom, to rise. Yeah, Peterson. He just went 8. Yeah, exactly. Peterson is our ace. I mean, I don't think he's like the same. He should be like the ace of in general. Meaning, he just is the ace because he happens to be the best guy we got. Not because he's like some shutdown guy. He pitches to contact, and he does it well. Like we don't have besides Peterson, the only other pitcher that we have that is typically pitches to contact is Rogers, Tyler Rogers, and he got touched up last time. Is that we need more of those guys that can kind of put the ball in play and then force the defense to make the play. And I know we haven't really stepped up greatly in defense, but we're going to have to. If we're going to expect to compete, we got to be playing tight defense. No more this funny business of making 10 errors. We didn't give Pete an error last night. That play was an error. To me, Pete made an error on that play, and the Nats gave the batter a hit. Yeah, Braves aren't a bad team, just a bunch of injured. Yeah, like they had to come back though. Yeah. Yep. One out from McLean's already a pretty good start, but he's down 3-1 to oh wow, he gets Baldwin a ground out. Baldwin grounds out to McLean, who throws it over to Pete. 2 down. Hey, McLean's cruising so far. That's I know it's only we're just in the second inning, but he's showing me some resilience here. He plunked Profar to lead off the last inning and got out of it. Those are all good signs. When you play baseball, they always teach you to like not let a mistake affect your next play. And so far, McLean's showing that. He makes a mistake and he goes right back. That reminds me of DeGrom. DeGrom was like that. And Albies grounds out to Pete Alonso for the 3rd out. Second straight shutout inning for Nolan McLean. And the Mets still lead 2-0 heading into the top of the 3rd. All right. I mean, I know we can't get too happy, but you got to like what you're seeing out of McLean so far. Like right now, McLean's dealing. Again, we know the Braves aren't world beaters, but they've been kicking our ass pretty damn good. So, and then again, we lost to the Nationals. As much as I like to see this, I honestly wish I would have had a chance to see McLean in person when the Mets were in town to play the Nats. I mean, it was fun to see Manaea and all that, but I would have liked to see McLean in person. Yeah, I agree. I think McLean's got this. I mean, I just had a good feeling about him. He just seems to have that it factor. Now you're just hoping that he stays healthy. When you hear about all that spin that he puts on that curveball, and you got to think, man, that's gotta do a pretty good number on your arm. So we have to watch that. Yeah, this was a complete contrast from what we saw from Tidwell. When Tidwell came up, I got none of this good feels from him. That's why I was kind of glad that we got rid of that guy. I did not see Tidwell as somebody that had like the it factor. His delivery was like really off, and you can tell that he wasn't going to be consistent. Oh, really? My vid keeps freezing? Dude, I don't know. I have to kind of see if this is I might need to at some point switch to my desktop. I'm streaming from my laptop. I might have to go to my desktop because it has more power than this laptop. So sorry about the freezing. Thanks for letting me know though. What I'll do is I'll probably end up setting up my desktop back up to do these Mets live streams. Hey, Pete Alonso, leadoff single. Well done, Pete. Mets off to a good start here. And that'll bring up Vientos, who takes a cold strike. Strike one. And Vientos fouls off the ball. He's down 0-2. Vientos fouls off the next pitch. We'll do it again, 0-2. Yeah, I'm gonna bring back the desktop. Maybe that'll fix this freezing issue if it keeps happening. The other thing it could be my Wi-Fi connection. That's another possibility. I just got this set up, so I'm gonna try to see if I call Verizon and excuse me and see if I can get them to give me like a signal strengthener. That might help. If that doesn't work, then I'll just directly wire into my desktop. I'll just get a big Ethernet cable and just go direct. None of this Wi-Fi business. And Viento strikes out swinging, 1 out. And Brett Baty doubles on a sharp line drive to center field. Pete goes all the way to third, and we have second and third with just 1 out. And Taylor grounds out to third base. Looks like nobody's able to advance, so no score. Kind of a crappy setup there. Taylor couldn't execute. We needed a ball high in the air for that one. All right. Well, it's up to Mullins. Let's see what Mullins can do. And Mullins takes ball 1. Ball 2 to Mullins. And the called strike, 2-1 to Mullins. Fouls off the next pitch, 2-2. Foul. We'll do it again at 2-2. Ball in dirt, full count to Mullins. Base hit, ball 4. Let's see. And the next pitch is in play. Let's see what Mullins is able to do. It's a 4-seam fastball. And Mullins triples on a line drive to center field. He scores Pete Alonso and he scores Brett Beatty. 2 RBI triple for Cedric Mullins. And the Mets lead 4-0 with Mullins on third base and brings up Hayden Sanger. Sanger's already got an RBI single of the game. Let's see if Hayden can add to the lead. He's quickly up 1-0. And Hayden fouls off the next pitch, 1-1 to Sanger. The next pitch is in play. 4-seam fastball. And Hayden Sanger pops out to third base, ending the inning. But not before the Mets score 2 more runs on a 2 RBI triple by Cedric Mullins to give the Mets a 4-0 lead heading into the bottom of the third. Now that's pretty good couple innings there. Let's see if McLean can hold it in third. Looks like the Braves will send up Alvarez, Allen, and Profar up in the bottom of the third to face McLean, who's been shoving so far. Had a couple little hiccups, but was able to work out. And it's 1-0 on Alvarez. Next pitch is in play. And Alvarez doubles on a ground ball to left field. The Braves have a leadoff double here in the bottom of the third. And the first pitch to Allen is a ball, 1-0. And it's another ball, 2-0. Both of those pitches missed way inside. And the next pitch is in play. And Nick Allen grounds out over to Brett Beatty at second base, who flips over to Alonso for the first out of the inning. Alvarez moves to third base. And that'll bring up Profar, the top of the order. First pitch is a foul tip for strike one. The next pitch is low and inside for ball one. And Allen takes Profar takes ball 2-1. And the next pitch is in play. And Profar singles on a line drive to Tyrone Taylor, driving in the first run of the day for the Braves, and cuts the Mets lead to 4-1. And that'll bring up Matt Olson with one down. And the first pitch is outside for ball one. Next pitch is also a ball on the outside corner, ball 2. Next pitch is a sweeper, which is low. 3-0 count. Actually, was that called a strike? Might have been called a strike. It looks like it's a 2-2 count, which is very weird. All right. Next pitch is a ball. It is actually 3-2. Let's see if McLean can get out of this one. He's got a full count to Olson. And we got a pickoff attempt. And a swinging strike and blocked. And Matt Olson strikes out swinging. And Profar is caught stealing seconds. Strike him out, throw him out. Double play to end the inning. But the Braves do put one on the board on an RBI single by Jurickson Profar to get the Braves on the board as the Mets lead 4-1 heading into the top of the fourth. The Mets have the top of their order up here in the top of the fourth. Still leading 4-1. All right. First pitch to Lindor is a ball. 1-0. Next pitch is fouled. 1-1 to Lindor. The next pitch is a cold strike, 2-2. Lindor. And Francisco Lindor singles on a sharp line drive to center field for a leadoff single. That'll bring up Soto. Soto takes a cold strike. 0-1. We have a pickoff attempt on Lindor. And Soto takes ball 1-1. And the next pitch is low. 2-1 to Soto. See if Soto can get a pitch to hit here. And Lindor steals his 21st base of the season. And that'll put him in scoring position for Juan Soto with a 2-1, actually 3-1 count. Good hitting count here. See if Soto can drive him in. Soto takes a cold strike, full count to Juan Soto. And Soto fouls off the next pitch. We'll do it again at 3-2. That was an 83-mile-per-hour cutter. And Soto fouls off the next pitch, also a cutter. 3 straight cut fastballs to Soto. And we'll do it again at 3-2. Soto fights off another pitch, this time a curveball. Soto showing lots of fight here. And the next pitch is in play. And Juan Soto singles on a line drive. Lindor goes to third and holds there. The Mets have first and third and nobody out. And will bring Starling Marte to the plate. Marte already has a hit in the day, a double in the first inning. Let's see if he can add to that and drive home the Mets' 5th run. And the first pitch is in play. A four-seam fastball. And Marte is out, but he has a sac fly to Acuna to drive in Lindor. Great piece of situational hitting by Starling Marte. And the Mets now lead 5-1. And that'll bring up Pete Alonso. And we have a pitching change. We'll have Eric Feed coming in for Joey Wentz as the Mets lead 5-1 with one out and one on, and Pete Alonso at the plate. And I will be right back. All right, I am back. It looks like Pete Alonso flied out. We now have 2 outs. We still have Juan Soto on first base. And that'll bring up Vientos to the plate, who's down 0-1. And Vientos doubles on a fly ball. Scoring Juan Soto. RBI double for Mark Vientos to give the Mets a 6-1 lead. The Mets have now scored 2 runs in the last 3 innings. And that'll bring up Brett Beatty with runners when Mark Vientos on scoring position. And Beatty quickly takes 2 balls and swings at the third pitch. 2-1 to Beatty. Beatty swings through the next pitch. 2-2. Beatty fouls off the next pitch. We'll do it again at 2-2. And Beatty singles on a ground ball to shortstop. Mark Viento goes to third. And the Mets keep rolling. That'll bring up Tyrone Taylor with 2 outs and man on first and third. It's 0-1 to Taylor. Feed attempts to pick off Beatty at first base. And the next pitch is in play. And Taylor doubles on a ground ball to right field, scoring Mark Vientos and bringing Brett Beatty to third base. The Mets keep on rolling as they scored their third run of the inning to give themselves a 7-1 lead in the top of the fourth. And that'll bring up Cedric Mullins, who already has a 2 RBI triple on the night. And Mullins takes the first pitch for a ball and fouls off the next. 1-1. And he takes the next pitch high and outside for ball 2. Mullins fouls off the next pitch. It is to even count 2-2. Mullins takes the next pitch high, ball 3, full count. And Mullins takes the next pitch high. He walks. And now the bases are loaded for Hayden Sanger. Sanger has an RBI single so far today. And he fouls off the first pitch, 0-1. And Sanger fouls off the second pitch, and he's quickly down 0-2. He takes the next pitch way outside, ball 1, 1-2. And he fouls off the next pitch. We'll do it again at 1-2. And the next pitch is in play. And Hayden Sanger grounds into a forced play to end the inning. But not before the Mets send 9 men to the plate and score 3 runs in the top of the fourth to lead it 7-1 heading into the bottom of the fourth. And McLean comes out for the fourth inning, now sporting a 7-1 lead. And quickly gets a cold strike on Acuna Jr. Acuna fouls off the next pitch and is down 0-2. Next pitch is a ball, 1-2. Another ball outside, 2-2 to Acuna. Three straight balls after getting ahead 0-2. Acuna is now at a full count. And Acuna homers on a fly ball to center field. After getting ahead 0-2, McLean works a full count to Acuna and gives up a solo home run. That was number 15 on the year for Acuna. And that'll bring up Michael Harris with the bases empty. Just like that, the first pitch of the ball, this next is a strike, 1-1 to Harris. And McLean gets Michael Harris to ground out to Lindor, who flips over to Pete. 1 out. And the first pitch to Osuna is a cold strike. Actually, 2 cold strikes straight. McLean quickly ahead of Ozuna, 0-2. And the next pitch is the ball, way outside, 1-2. And Osuna fouls off the next pitch. We'll do it again at 1-2. And Ozuna grounds out to shortstop. Lindor, who flips it over to Pete. 2 down. McLean is settling back in after giving up the leadoff home run to Acuna. And McLean quickly gets a called strike, 0-1 to Baldwin. And just like that, 1-2 to Baldwin. And Baldwin takes the next pitch for a ball, 2-2. And Baldwin grounds out to Lindor, who flips it over to Pete. 3 straight ground outs to Lindor as McLean overcomes the leadoff home run by Acuna and still leads 7-2 heading into the top of the fifth. Well, guys, I'm having a little bit of issues here with my streaming quality. I might just end this stream now. And I'll have to kind of see if I can get an improvement in my setup here for future games. So I will probably just sign off now and just call it a game. So hopefully the Mets still pull this out and we're able to get a W today.